Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Active Reload, episode 73. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We got some stuff we're going to talk about today. I'm joined by Grant, by the way. That's Grant Urey.
That's me.
I'm James Timberlake. I don't think we've introduced our names in a long time. Welcome to the show. Marvel Rivals is out. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Did you play that?
I did. I played it a little bit last night. I haven't played too much of it, but I played a little bit of it. I've gotten my feet a little bit wet. You're going to talk Path of Exile 2.
Yeah, big time.
The beta is out, but it's a paid beta for a free-to-play game.
Yes.
That makes sense. And then we might talk about Ananta, the game, or the trailer, I should say, that has taken the world by storm for some reason.
Banger.
We'll talk about it. And then we have some slight updates. Cyberpunk 2077 had a new update. We can lightly touch on it. It won't be very long. Okay. And then we'll get into what we're playing, what's coming out.
Cool. Marvel Rivals.
Guess
what? Are you a fan of Overwatch? And are you sick of Overwatch? Would you like an extra player in Overwatch?
Are you excited for Overwatch, an Overwatch game that feels about 6 years behind, 6 years too late? Boy, do we have a game for you. Marvel Rivals, ladies and gentlemen.
We're making fun of this game, but it
plays well.
It plays really well. It looks
great.
Fantastic.
You won't get a faster queue in your entire life for any video game ever.
It looks like a great adaptation of video game characters. So one of the things I really, really love about Marvel versus Capcom, and Marvel does a great job with this, actually, is they put in, so Ryu and Chun-Li, you wouldn't think go well with Rocket Raccoon and Iron Man, but for some reason they really make it work. Capcom does a great job of making it work. They look like they belong with each other. Marvel Rivals does the same thing.
Yeah.
So when you have Groot with Iron Man and all that, they all fit in well. Hulk with Red Scarlet or
Scarlet Witch,
they all look great together, and they look like they're ripped right out of a comic book. The graphics and the animation are really good. And I think it's where my praise ends.
I will say, the combat is very nice. It's very fun. I enjoy it.
This game needs to be like a shooter or a melee. I can't do both. I can't be playing as Iron Man or Punisher and then having Wolverine come really close to me and melee me to death, and I have no way of shooting him in the head. It's just
the thing is
not balanced that way.
This is a problem they've had with like Overwatch 2. As well, running up against Doomfist and you're a soldier or whatever.
Yeah, but they've really fixed that with Overwatch 2.
Yeah, but I do think that this. I mean, it is early for this game. Also, if they're just going to take all the assets from Overwatch, they might as well just take all the gameplay from Overwatch anyway. So what's the point? Who cares, right? If you play this game, just be prepared. It just looks like Overwatch. It's Overwatch, but Marvel. That's it.
I like that. Who's the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Groot.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord
is the Grim Reaper guy.
Isn't he Reaper? Isn't
Reaper.
His name?
He's just basically Reaper. They walk and run exactly the same. It makes me think that someone stole something.
Punisher just looks like it's Soldier 76.
Yeah.
Hawkeye, I'll give you a guess who that is. Just Hanzo. Basically the same character, except Marvel. I mean, that's it. They have a couple. Who's the Mantis is basically like Anna and Zenyatta put together. It's very odd, but like a lot of the animation too feels it's very much Overwatch. The UI elements straight out of Overwatch, like a lot of the main screen looks a lot like Overwatch. It's very crazy the fact that they're like Blizzard might have some genuine reasons for suit here if they wanted to, even though I don't know how far you could even get in that situation.
I don't know.
There's something to be said.
I feel like this game resembles Paladins more than Overwatch, and not in terms of it definitely looks like Overwatch, but in terms of the flow of the map and the hecticness. I mean, it's very hectic. It's Paladins.
I wonder if they started
level.
I wonder if they
hysteria.
I wonder if they started developing this when Overwatch was popular, and then it like similar to Concord, they got so far into it they were like, "Oh, we just got to keep going."
I will say Concord is a million times more fun than this game. I had a lot more fun in Concord. I only got to play it for 10 days, 11 days. And I had way more fun in Concord.
You know who disagrees with you?
I'm probably not going to come back to this game unless this is definitely a game where you need to bring friends because I need someone to counter the guy who's countering me.
You know who disagrees with you on that, by the way?
What?
The Concord thing? Most of planet Earth.
No, I No, most of Planet Earth didn't play this game or didn't play Concord.
I was gonna say almost none of Planet Earth played Concord.
The problem was it was $40 to buy in.
Yeah, that's the other thing. This is free to play, and that's $40.
Yeah.
So already advantage Marvel Rivals. I think this is
I think it's fun.
I think it's good enough,
but it's not for me anymore. This is 10 years too late.
Yeah, it's the same. It's that's the biggest problem. If this came out right after like Overwatch, the first Overwatch came out, I'd be all over it, and it would have been like the prime of when Marvel movies were coming out. That would have been perfect. But this does just feel a little late. I do think it's going to drive like some social media interaction and whatnot. Because there are some like interesting characters that we haven't seen in the movie that are powerful in the game, like Jeff the Land Shark.
Yeah, he's a little overpowered,
but he's really strong in the game. So people are gonna find an attraction to him,
That's
and we're gonna get a Jeff the Land Shark movie here soon.
Also, before I keep ragging on it, first of all, I've had a lot of friends who reached out to me and asked if I can play, and if I wanted to play, and have I been playing?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll play with you guys. I want to play with more people. It's just solo. It was very frustrating, dude. It was.
Did you respond?
I didn't have a lot of fun.
So did you just respond to your friends over our video? Why didn't you?
Yeah, I'm playing with you guys. I already told them.
Why didn't you just send them a text message?
I did, but
okay.
I'm going to play with. I want a whole squad. I want a squad of 6. I want to see really how to get into it. And also, I do like the level design. Well, hold on. Pause. I like the destruction in the level. I think that's a nice touch. And it works pretty well. And it's not like it's Battlefield Bad Company, but it's close. You can shoot at the floor and create a hole enough to where it collapses, and then it's fun.
Closer to like the finals.
So here's my thing. I was just going to talk about the finals. Finals is a free-to-play game.
Mm-hmm.
The finals is struggling.
Yeah, it is.
And I guarantee Marvel Rivals is going to be just fine. They're going to sell 1 million skins.
I was going to say, sell 1 million skins.
But, man, go play the finals, dude. If you like shooters
hold on.
And like team play, the finals, dude. I know I ragged on it at the beginning, but it's really come around.
That's a bad comparison. You're talking about a company that is arguably the biggest entertainment product on planet Earth right now in Marvel. Of course, they're going to be bigger than the finals.
I know. I'm just saying, if people who are looking for a free-to-play competitive shooter, which Marvel's is definitely competitive. Yeah. It's also casual, but it's
just call it Marvels too.
Marvels, whatever. That's what I'm always going to call it.
Marvel's Rivals.
And if you try this and you don't like it, just try the finals, dude. I really don't want the finals to die, because those are former Battlefield guys, and we've already watched a bunch of former big developers die this year.
I think it's over. I'm sorry, finals. The most important thing you can do with your game is what Helldivers did. You have to get into the public eye mainstream. Yeah. And it just hasn't happened for the finals, unfortunately. Yeah. It was cool. I like it. I think it's fun. I think the destruction is very cool.
Oh, it's amazing.
A little... Even when it came out, I think they realized, we're a little niche. That's why they had to come out with like a team deathmatch mode.
Yeah, they changed up that one game mode I didn't like, but now I appreciate that game mode, but the other game modes I like a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know. But Marvel Rivals, I think it's I think it's a decent hero shooter. I think it's a good hero shooter.
This is also the first NetEase published game I played on console. And, and they really did. I know you have problems with them.
We'll talk about NetEase here a little bit.
Them. Yeah. I don't know if I have a problem with NetEase. I have the problem who pays them.
But I don't know.
I have a problem with. We have a lot of problems. We'll talk about it.
We just have problems in general.
I think it works, dude, and it looks fantastic. It's just not.
Yeah,
it's just. It's not my thing. It's another hero shooter.
Yeah,
dude.
I think. Well, here's the thing. It looks fantastic.
It's a melee too. It's also
right.
There's a lot of melee.
It looks and feels fantastic because they stole most of the assets from Overwatch. Yeah, they didn't have to work on the UI very much because they just took it straight from Overwatch. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a good game. It's a fun to play game. It's there's not a better hero shooter or like a better tie-in for a video game than hero shooter and Marvel.
Yeah, it makes
the most sense
genre to jump into if you're going to make a multiplayer game.
Right, and I'm stunned that Marvel didn't try to do this 10 years ago with the geniuses they have over there, I guess. But I don't know. I think they did a pretty good job, and I'm going to continue playing it.
Midnight Suns. They try to make some sort of co-op multiplayer with Midnight Suns.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The Marvel Midnight Suns with I think it was the guys who make Deus Ex. It came out last year and nobody played it.
I have literally no idea what you're talking about. Is it called Midnight Suns or is that the developer?
No, it's called Midnight Suns. It's a classic Marvel story.
You're introducing me to something like the Marvel Rivals did last night, Cloak and Dagger. I didn't know what they are. Who's Cloak and Dagger?
You know who Moon Knight is?
I do know who Moon Knight is, and Moon Knight looks like
That was
Reaper.
my guy who I tried out the most. I thought Moon Knight was okay.
Moon Knight's a dumb character. I'll be honest with you.
Very dumb.
Just like in terms of what it is.
So is Ant-Man, but...
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's DLC. Ant-Man's going to be in the game. And his ult, he just goes big and stomps on you. It's a big foot that comes down.
Yeah, you can
take that for free.
You can have a timed version where he's a little ant.
Take that for free, NetEase. You're going to take it anyways, so who cares?
Take it for free.
Anyways.
So would you recommend it?
Yeah, try it out. It's free to play. It's literally free. It's not Game Pass free. It's literally free. Yeah. So just go download it. It's easy. They do the one thing I wanted to touch on. They have like season buffs for characters.
Is this to unlock skins and stuff?
No, it's just like you have a 15% health boost for the season. That feels like a problem.
What?
That will be a problem.
That's a pay-to-win problem.
No, you get it no matter what. If you have the game, it's just part of the season. They're like trying to force people to play different characters, I think.
Oh, I got you.
Like these characters because they have the boost.
Gotcha.
But I can see that is becoming kind of a problem later on. You're physically creating a meta, essentially. Or the developer is creating a meta by having these boosts. So,
I also like that you can link up. You can ask to link up.
Yeah, true. That is cool. I think
I don't really understand what is trying to link up, but the idea that they're trying to get you to play with strangers a certain way by quickly having a button prompt.
Well, and I think,
do you want to link up with this person? Ask this person.
I think I think it's trying to say these characters work the best together, so you should have these other two characters play.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Because do you remember the problem that Overwatch had?
Yes, that's something that Overwatch needed desperately. You kind of had to have somebody on your team that knew the best connections.
That's why I always played Lucio, because I had to play Lucio because everybody else wasn't picking a healer, or they pick a selfish healer.
Or if you wanted to be if you wanted to do a duo in Overwatch, it was just Mercy Farah, and that's all you needed for the rest of your life, and you're good forever. And then just have everybody spamming RT and LT.
Overwatch like it's 2015.
It's still, hey, they're barely kicking. It's like an old horse, It's kind of kicking, but not really.
It's really funny to me why Disney didn't come to. It's actually not surprising. They went to a Chinese company and not an American company.
Kidding me? You know how much money they're about to make?
Could have gone to Blizzard and Activision Blizzard and be like, hey, you guys want to do your game that you're really good at and put Marvel characters in it?
They probably would have been.
Or you're like, no, we're going to go to these guys who work for 2 cents.
They probably would have done like a seasonal thing, I would imagine. That's what they would have done.
Well,
so like a battle pass or something, skin or whatever. Nah. Genji is Spider-Man or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, Marvel Rivals. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'll recommend it if you're playing with me. If you're not, then...
And if it's free.
Don't play it. Don't recommend.
Who cares?
All right.
Path of Exile 3, ladies and gentlemen. You ever heard of it? I haven't, but it's a free-to-play game where you can pay to play the beta.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's been done before.
That's backwards, in my opinion.
Wait a minute. I believe you paid money to play Indiana Jones early. You've done it with...
No. The full game. It's the full game.
Okay.
It's a 1.0 version of the game.
Okay.
This is the beta.
All right. That's true.
They said that.
Path of Exile, I don't know if you guys know, but it's a Diablo-like action RPG. But I will say it's amazing. This is an amazing game. I did not like Diablo 4 that much. It was a little disappointing, not because of what a lot of people think it's disappointing for, because they change it up a lot and all your characters go away and all the stuff you've earned is gone. I didn't like it because the lore was forced you to play multiplayer. It was it felt like Destiny, but in Diablo style.
I don't like that.
Path of Exile 2 is very gritty. The story's great. It seems like a proper sequel to Diablo 2. And they change up the formula so much that it's almost an evolution. It's not quite, but pretty close to a full evolution of the action RPG hack and slash genre, which I like. It adds a lot of Elden Ring into it, especially with bosses having multiple phases. A lot of the times when you come across a heavy enemy populated area in Diablo and in the original Path of Exile, it's all crowd control. You basically just take on a lot of damage, use your health, and control the crowds and the mobs. Now you really have to dodge out of the way. A hit really takes a lot of damage for you. A lot of people are complaining that the bosses are too hard. I don't think it's too hard. It's just you got to change the way you play. Try not to get hit. You're not under leveled either. You're perfectly where you need to be. You just got to change your game up. I heard the melee is not quite balanced yet. This is a beta, but the melee character is a lot more harder if you're doing solo. I've been using the Merc, and what the Merc does, it turns the game into a top-down shooter. Imagine playing Diablo, but a top-down shooter.
With a gun.
And it's a crossbow, but I have the ammunition style guide where I change the ammunition. It's basically shotgun, magic, rapid fire, sniper shot. It's a lot of fun. I think this game is definitely one of the best games I played all year. It's just early access. But if it wasn't early access and this was like act, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's going to be 6 acts. They only give you 3 plus an end game material or end game stuff.
How much do you pay for the beta?
$30. Paid $30 for it. I don't know what it gave me.
I was going to say, do you get something other than just the beta?
It gave me some points for the marketplace.
Okay.
Like 600 or 300, something that I've not even checked.
Wait a minute.
Yet.
Is that a lot or not?
I don't know.
Much? That better be a lot, Path of Exile. I'm coming after you.
But it is well worth the $30. And it's a long game. Super polished.
They should have just charged $30.
I've played it for about 10 hours, maybe more, 12 hours.
Yeah.
I have 2 characters going, and I haven't even finished Act 1 yet. So,
is this a Floyd game, you think?
This is definitely a Floyd game. I've talked to him. That's our coworker. This is definitely a Floyd game because he loves Diablo and he also loves Elden Ring. He likes difficult games. Apparently, I don't know how people.
It's not for me either.
I know how do people like difficult games?
I'll do it voluntarily, but if you're just throwing me, I got no choice. I don't like that.
Co-op scales really, really well. I highly recommend you pay $30 right now to play Path of Exile. It's so good.
Not a hashtag ad, by the way.
Yeah. It might be a little frustrating for people who are really into action RPGs.
Yeah.
But give it time, man. Just try it. Try not to get hit. Roll out of the way and get the Merc.
Is it only on PC or is it on everything?
It's on everything. And it's cross-play, cross-progress, and cross-platform.
Oh, the triple cross.
Yep.
Wow.
At the beta, this is a highly polished game. Grinding Gear Games, I can't remember. GGG.
Oh.
That's who makes it. These guys are great. I think they're Australian and published by
NetEase.
Nope, close.
Oh, close? The CCCP.
Pretty much. What are they called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really
big studio. Blizzard.
Big Chinese company.
Tencent.
Tencent.
Okay. More like 10% off the top.
It is a free-to-play game, but it doesn't feel as cheap as, Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Feels great, man. I highly recommend this game. I love it.
All right.
I think it's going to change the entire face of action RPGs. Hack and slash games.
I mean, we'll see.
Now it's going to be a skill-based hack and slash game. I can't wait for people to play this game.
Okay.
I can't. That's it. That's my impression.
Path of Exile 2. It's not out, but it is out. The beta's out. You'll pay for that. But you won't pay for the full game when it comes out. It's so weird to me. I just don't get it. It's backwards. I've always known the beta is free, and then the game is paid for.
Dude, late 2024 is an interesting time for gaming. A lot of gigantic games are coming out for free. And they're all coming with Chinese money.
Yeah. Speaking of, done. We had a trailer that dropped.
A few days ago.
Is that right? I think it has almost 2 million views as of since I checked before we started.
Say it.
It's called Ananta, I think is how you pronounce it, or Ananta, whatever.
Formerly Project Mugen.
Yeah. It was formerly called something else. And this trailer is out. You can go and watch it right now. It's very... it's anime based. Obviously.
It is GTA anime with Spider-Man.
Pretty much. Yeah,
and it is awesome. The trailer was the trailer of the year. Is just obviously we're both wondering if it's real.
I'm leaning about 75% it's not real. Well, let me put it this way. The game is real. I think the game is real. It's not going to look like the way the trailer shows it.
It looks fantastic.
It looks amazing. What is the famous saying? If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. You're telling me I'm playing GTA Spider-Man? No shot.
You're going to be basketball. You
shot.
Can go skateboarding. You can like ride motorcycles through traffic. You can fight melee combat, kind of like Devil May Cry it looked like.
It probably looks like Devil May Cry because they made it look exactly like Devil May Cry because they can do that because it is developed by Naked Rain, I believe is who they're called. They're a subsidiary of Thunder Rock, who is a subsidiary of NetEase Games,
which is a subsidiary of the Chinese Communist Party.
China. And essentially it feels like if you're just living in China, you can just take whatever you want, no matter where it's from.
Go to Amazon right now and buy a bunch of stolen IP.
No. You go to Temu
or Temu, whatever.
Just do to Temu. That's all stolen. You're good there. I will say it's crazy to me because if you watch this trailer and even like the breakdown trailer or the whatever it's called, the like production, what it is essentially, trailer that they have also with it that was like 11 days ago. If you watch it, the swinging animations that they show off are just Spider-Man. Like it's just like swing for swing Spider-Man. It looks exactly the same as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
The lighting looks like Spider-Man too.
And honestly, we were going to talk about it at some point and then we kind of skipped over it. This was a couple episodes ago. We were going to talk about mobile game ads.
Yeah.
And NetEase, for those of you that don't know,
big mobile publisher,
monster mobile publisher, mobile game publisher. And this game they announced is coming to PS5, PC, and Android and Apple phones. I don't know how that's going to work.
Resident Evil is on Android and Apple.
I don't know how that's going to work for this game because they want me to believe that it's GTA anime with Spider-Man.
Dude, it looks fantastic, man. It looks like a really, really cool GTA social with a lot of mini games like darts, basketball, weightlifting.
Dude, are you kidding me? I don't think it's going to exist. I will say
I was singing the song all day.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think they're NetEase really, really good at making trailers that will suck people in,
pulling your leg,
and then the game not really being anything like it. If you go to their website, be careful. 1, 2. If you go to their website and click on some of the, you can see like their previous games and whatnot. Just incredibly designed posters, beautiful posters, and then you can watch the trailer. Just crazy good cinematic trailers that look amazing, and they'll throw in some like gameplay in there as well. And then it doesn't look like that when the game comes out, like really at all. They're very, very good at marketing to a specific audience that they know they can get a hold of.
They really got me.
And this is, I think, one of them where they're like, we're going to break out of the mold here. And I think the GTA trailer, the Spider-Man trailer.
It was a PlayStation trailer that I saw. Yeah, PlayStation logo. Looks like it's going to be on PlayStation.
But they put it together. They said, hey, we'll give this to you, PlayStation. We're doing this satirically. But the stuff that they're showing makes it seem like this is what they're going to do.
It looks like a very big spoof on GTA with elements from popular games.
I also, that's the other thing. What the hell are you doing in this game?
I don't know. It looks fun.
I don't know what.
It just.
What are you doing?
It looks like a sandbox, dude.
Give me an
Like
idea.
amazing. It looks amazing.
The other thing is too that
there at one point where the girl. First of all, there's a funny part where, like in Grand Theft Auto, when CJ or somebody stops someone in traffic and they pull him out and they yank him out of the car, this girl knocks on the window and she politely waits to the side, and a girl comes out and she gets in. It's awesome.
It doesn't. The other thing is too.
It's drenched in like anime cuteness, but it's looks like a shooter. There was a guy shooting out of the back of a car.
Out of the back of a car? Could have been stolen from something else. But
looked like Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think any of these shots in this game are necessarily real.
So I think that it looks like when we saw Saints Row come out before GTA 4. Remember when Saints Row came out? And I think 2 before GTA 4. And everybody was waiting for it. And all of a sudden, Saints Row comes in and sneaks in and steals GTA 4's thunder, or at least rides their big tsunami.
Yeah. I was going to say GTA 4 are pretty well renowned, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying Saints Row did the GTA thing before GTA came out.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest comments on the trailer is like, we got anime GTA 6 before GTA 6.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think that it just feels off. This is the first game that they've ever made, according to what I looked up.
Strange. But
this first time studio is
Black Myth Wukong, that's their first game they shipped.
Right. That's fair. That's totally fair. But they aren't being published by a team or a publishing group and being made by a publishing group, essentially, that is synonymous with just mobile games, other than the one that they released recently, which is Marvel Rivals. But
I guarantee those guys who worked on Black Myth, I bet they cut their teeth in mobile. I guarantee it.
But here's the difference. NetEase actually made Marvel Rivals. This is a subsidiary of NetEase Games. It's not even part of the main company.
I don't know. Good luck trying to go through the whole of Chinese companies.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
You're like, wow, they made this game on a military contract.
Spider-Man's got a grounds for suit because they just jacked they straight up jacked your web slinging, dog. I hate to break it to you, Insomniac. They're just going to take it and use it for free in their anime video game.
You should see all the people they have in universities that steal stuff.
I don't know. I think it's we'll see. I don't think it's real. I think we're gonna be rug pulled. You know what it feels like? Oh man, I just thought of this.
If it's real, this is my most anticipated game.
It feels like a crypto coin. That's what it feels like.
I guarantee, because guess what? GTA 6 is going to come out and I'm going to love it, right? It's going to be great, but it's going to run at 60 frames. This
30
game,
frames.
Sorry, it's going to run at 30 frames and it's going to upset me. This game runs at 60, I will buy 12 copies.
It's going to upset you that the biggest game maybe
ever. It's already
the 21st century is going to run at 30 frames. Yeah. I'm going to be like,
it'll upset me if it runs at 30.
Run me into the ground at whatever you want. I don't care anymore. GTA 5 came out at 30 frames.
I know.
Fantastic.
Didn't like it. I had to wait until PC, and then it didn't run on my PC.
Yeah, that's so funny. They're like, all right, we'll up it to 60 frames, but it's going to take a pretty big PC. You're like, this is bullshit. No. What the hell?
It ran. It's fine. It like a lot of pop in.
Right, of course. It's huge.
Yeah, well.
It's great. Anyways, Ananta, I mean,
I'm excited.
Be a little careful. Well, be careful. Don't go to their website unless you got a VPN turned on.
What else came out news-wise? Oh, Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah, Cyberpunk. They had an update. They said they were done updating this game. They said they moved the whole...
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red said they were moving the team
over
to
really
Witcher.
Excited.
I think they did this for Witcher 3 too, actually, where they said they were moving the team over to Cyberpunk, and then they released another update. And they did the same thing here for Cyberpunk 2077. They made it, I think, kind of seem like a bigger deal than it really turned out to be, because they did a live stream of it and everthing of all the updates. There are some
CD Projekt Red.
It was a red stream, as they call them. It was some of the stuff that they added was pretty cool. They added a bunch of stuff for character customization, like facial customization. I think some hair stuff, some eyeliner stuff, all that sort of thing.
Stuff I don't care about.
Right. Some stuff that, like, when you're beginning to play for the first time, you'll probably care about. They added some cars to the, like, auto fixer stuff that you can purchase now that have never been purchasable. I think that could be pretty cool. You can change some of the livery shaders and whatnot now for the first time. They did some dynamic, dialogue with Johnny as you're sitting in your car driving around Night City, which could be kind of cool as well, that they've added in there. But for the most part, it was kind of like very much polished stuff, like not huge, massive really by any means. And I think people were maybe getting their hopes up a little too high because it's a streamed event. I
thought it was going to be. So they promised, or they said, I don't know if it was a promise. They said they would put in a multiplayer aspect of the game, either co-op or competitive. I can't remember. Maybe they never said specifically. So I thought this was going to be a surprise end of the year multiplayer component added onto Cyberpunk, and I would have been real excited.
I didn't think that was. I never had that. I thought. Well, the other thing is too, which is weird. It didn't involve New Game Plus. There's not a
New Game Plus would have been huge.
There's not a PS5 Pro mode or whatever, which people have been asking for on the PS5, like an up-res for the PS5 Pro. But yeah, the New Game Plus, it's crazy that doesn't exist yet on this game.
Oh, Path of Exile, by the way, has great graphical options. I mean, they were already preset graphical options, which I think is a great idea. And it had one of them for the PlayStation, the PSSR, the AI
blank resolution, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
PlayStation static or something.
So
Simulated
I'm starting
resolution.
to see a lot of games because I'm playing Stellar Blade, Black Myth, this game, Path of Exile. They all have PlayStation 5 Pro options in there. It's kind of cool. Makes me want to get one.
Not me. You know what they did? Oh, the best thing that they did for that whole thing was the new startup thing for the PS5.
Yeah,
that's the best part. I was like, this is great.
I have a PS2 startup. You can go into options and
change them. It's awesome. And that's all they needed to do, and I would have been happy. They did not need to release a pro edition of their console that looks like a PlayStation.
You know what really sucks for PlayStation, and I didn't talk about it last week, but I really want to mention it. There is a great emulator called DuckStation.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It takes your PlayStation 1 games on your computer or whatever. You're going to have to get some ROMs. And
what did you just call it?
ROMs. Like ROM.
Oh. Okay. I thought you were saying like RAM.
I don't know what it stands for.
I thought you were saying RAM, like RAM sticks.
No,
but you were saying it like General ROM from Gears.
No, from Gears.
I was like, why are you saying it like that?
No. So it will take like let's say Tomb Raider. It'll take Tomb Raider and upscale it and get rid of all this wobbly stuff that the CPU and the PlayStation 1 had a problem with rendering 3D.
Yeah.
You would get these weird distorted wobbles at the corner of the TVs. And it changes all that and does all that really, really well. It upscales to 4K if your computer can handle that. And it does all these fantastic things in these old games. It makes old games amazing to look at, and you can play them finally. Because it's really hard to play the original Tomb Raider on your PlayStation 1 or your PS3, if whatever. You can't do it on your PS4. It's not backwards compatible.
That's also...
But why doesn't Sony take that technology or buy it? Why do we have to buy all these companies? You can't buy some guy, like 5 guys in a garage who made DuckStation.
They probably...
Just get that technology. I want to play these old games. Today, we're going to talk about in a second with games that are coming out on my birthday. One of my favorite PlayStation games ever, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. And it's remastered by Aspyr. Yes. And I'd rather play the DuckStation version of it. Sony, can you please just...
I can tell you right now why they don't do that.
Why?
One, it's illegal, what they're doing.
No, it's not illegal what they're doing.
They're emulating a game. You can't do that's illegal.
No, it's not illegal.
It's illegal to do that and put it on PC if it's not ported already to PC.
If they were selling it,
it's modded.
It's illegal.
They're not going to do that because they don't want to encourage other people to do it so they can get hired by us, Sony. They're not going to do that. There's no way. And they're not going to spend the money.
I know. I'm pretty sure Nintendo did that. Nintendo has done that before. They have hired guys and bought the... You could go onto the Nintendo store, and I can't remember I think it's Final Fantasy, one of the Final Fantasy games, and you could buy, and it's basically the same exact emulated version of a ROM that someone made online. They basically got it from this guy and selling it as their own because it is their property. Now, the people who make DuckStation, they're not breaking the law whatsoever. They're just modding a PlayStation and putting it on, and if I download Tomb Raider and play it on a DuckStation, I'm not breaking the law because I own the physical copy. I own a PlayStation and I own the actual copy of Tomb Raider.
Right. But
I'm not selling it. If I was to sell it to you, now I'm breaking the law.
But I don't think they want more people to be doing that, is what they're saying, by not hiring them.
Good luck. Everybody's doing it.
I know, but they don't want to encourage more people to do it because, hey, you can get hired by... You can get hired by us if you end up doing this.
There are PlayStation 3 emulators, and they're not great because it's very hard to emulate. But there are some games that have run at 60 frames 4K on PS3 that Sony has told us for a decade that it's impossible to do.
But that's my point, though, is I don't think they want to. They don't want to encourage people to be like, hey, you can go and do this.
That's strange because Valve does the complete opposite. They really do encourage people to do the exact same thing.
But Valve they're on PC.
Yeah,
they don't. Of course, that's the whole entire guise of what PC is. You can customize this whole thing. We don't own any of the products inside of your actual computer. Whereas PlayStation's like, we own all of this inside of the console that you're playing it on. Please don't mess with it.
Yeah.
You know,
whatever.
So
I think you can do it. I really want to play some old games on my. I love playing my old Xbox games. On my Xbox, I would love to do that for PlayStation.
That's why they have like a whole warranty for it. Like if you take out the seal that they have on the thing, then you can't get it again. Like we won't take it back because you obviously mess with it. That's what they think, anyways.
Well, because they don't. No, they can't insure it, basically. So if your PlayStation 5 breaks and you have never opened it up and taken out the video card and stuff like that, then they will replace it for you.
But they're not going to want more people. They're not going to try to encourage people to do that by hiring the people that are
you void
doing
your
that.
warranty, basically.
Yeah.
It's not illegal.
No, you're right. I mean, okay. I think there are you could make the argument that the people that are doing Tomb Raider, the emulation for Tomb Raider, wasn't approved by Crystal Dynamics, whoever owns the IP or whatever.
No.
Because my PlayStation might not even have grounds for it because they don't own the IP.
But here's the thing. I own it. I can take this ROM from this disc and I can put it on my computer.
But if you were to go into change it and put it out there for free, I don't think you're technically allowed to do that. That's like, the whole Pirate Bay thing. That's what they're doing.
No, that's different, man. That's actually stealing the entire thing.
But they bought the disc. If they bought the disc, downloaded all the contents, put it into a file,
if I go to
put it on Pirate Bay
and I download The Departed, I'm not breaking the law. I own the disc of The Departed. You got to look up the law. Bill Clinton signed that.
Right, but if you're putting it on Pirate Bay,
yes,
you're breaking the law.
I think so, yes.
That's what these guys are doing.
Or at least Pirate Bay is.
That's what I'm saying. These guys are doing that. They're emulating it and then putting it on said place to go and get the emulation for free.
I don't know.
It gets into weird grounds. I don't know it either, but that's...
Yeah, this is like a Silk Road situation?
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
You know what that is?
Yes, that's the very popular... We might get flagged for that, so thank you. That'll be... I mean, I don't care. You're the one editing, so you might have to bleep that out.
Oh, no. There's so much edits.
Okay. Let's move on. We got games coming out this week. I had the calendar. Let me take it out.
Oh, you did? It's basic Legacy of Kain.
Yeah, Legacy of Kain,
Soul Reaver, and Soul Reaver 2. I think these are really good Zelda-inspired games made by that girl who made Uncharted. I can't remember her name. We can never remember her name. Shout out to her.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to look her
One
up.
of the greatest game directors of all time. And it's got a really good story. Back when this came out on PlayStation, they were able to add a bunch of FMV or video in the intro with amazing voice acting.
Amy Hennig.
And she wrote this game. It's got a great story. If you're into classic games, then you should definitely try this out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it holds up gameplay wise because it is a very slow Zelda-like game where you lock onto somebody and then they hit you, you jump back and you stab them. There's only a couple animations of attack. So, but the story's great.
We also have a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game coming out.
Yep.
Rita's Rewind. I love alliteration, and there's a lot of it on this.
It's a beat 'em up, right?
I would assume so, yeah. If it's a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game and it's not a beat 'em up, oh my god.
Arcade style?
A detective game, a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game.
Yeah,
it's
like
detective.
Solving crimes.
Awesome. That's coming out today as of recording, December 10th. And there's some other stuff on here that's, some PC stuff. Oh, one of the coolest names of the year, Clone Drone in the Hyperdrome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Drone in the Hyperdrome?
Clone Drone in the Hyperdome.
Hyperdome. Okay.
In the Hyperdome.
Jeez,
sounds
man.
awesome.
Stop saying that.
It's Quest and PC VR, so almost nobody will play it.
That's sad because there are some good VR games this year.
I agree. Metro looks really cool. I want to play it. I never probably will.
I will. I'm going to play it. I promise.
Is it on Quest or is it only on... I can't remember.
It's only on PlayStation VR.
Dang, I'm not going to do that. And then, that's basically it. There's a couple other like PC-specific games and whatnot.
Also, The Thing remaster, which is...
Yeah, we didn't talk about that last week.
We just mentioned Aspyr, who did the remaster of Battlefront.
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront, which was the worst game of the year.
It went really well.
Worst game of the year.
Everybody loves it.
They did a Tomb Raider one, and people kind of like it, but it is a little bit of half-butted attempt at making it because it's just bare bones remaster. Mm-hmm. It controls better and it looks better, and that's about it. But my boys at, what are they called?
Night Dive. You don't even know their name?
made another banger, The Thing, which is a remaster of old PS2 game, which is a direct sequel to the movie. And there's a lot of elements in this game that were brand new back in the day. 2002, must have been 2002, where your companions could be the bad guy. And you have to test to see if they are alien. And it's fun.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. I want to play that. I haven't played it yet.
I remember playing it, and it was really scary, but now I guarantee it's not that scary.
Great winter game / movie.
Oh, yeah.
The Thing.
I feel like I'm in Antarctica right now.
Yeah. My toes are frozen. All right. Oh, what are we playing? Do you want to talk about what we're playing? I'll just go really fast.
We've been playing
Marvel Rivals. That's pretty much it. We're crowded with all the new games. So,
dude, it's not very often where we're in mid-December and there are tons of games.
Yeah.
Usually we're just going through the motions and playing old November releases.
Yeah, rehashing the November stuff.
There might be one game coming out in December, like a Far Cry or some sort of Ubisoft game that does well, but now, holy jeez, dude! And Indiana Jones, Path of Exile, Marvel Rivals.
We gotta get done with it quick too, because we got a lot of stuff early into next year. February is a big month.
I know, and
big month.
We also have to do our games of the year, and there's a lot of games that have just come out right now that might qualify.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that actually.
Because Indiana Jones is fantastic, and by the time I'm done with that game, I heard it's a long game. It might be up there top 5. So
might overstay its welcome though too. We'll see if it's too long.
That's true. I also might be making it too long by looking at everything.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I've been walking around everything. I found so much fruit and bread I'm picking up. Oh my god!
Like, your inventory is too big. Well, let me eat just so I can pick this up.
Let me eat this piece of bread. He goes, and puts it away and then grab another. I love doing that when you're fighting too. He's just eating bread and fruit and stuff. It's awesome.
Good game.
Right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 73 is done. Thank you guys very much. Happy birthday to Grant, by the way.
It's my birthday.
It's his birthday today. He's a paltry 25. Leave it in the comments. Tell him happy birthday. 25 years old. Looking great. We'll see you next week. Episode 74, and we'll be right here. See ya.
Peace.